Well, hello. Thanks for joining me. We are back. I'm gonna go do this thing I have over here, the script, and then we're gonna continue on with Solstice. It's been a hot minute since we played. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be away from it for so long, but that is the way of the game.
We can use this.
Anytime I take a long break from the game because of, like Next Fest, for example. Next Fest especially. It wears me out doing Next Fest. I love doing it. I'm extremely excited about it. But it does really wear me out. And so I kind of like, it takes me a little bit to find my groove. Not chasing us? Okay. What is something over here? There's a quest over here. Let's go see what we can do. Oh my gosh. There's a lizard bear.
To Apocrypha. What can we learn today?
Not that, that's for sure. The plus side, because of the not playing and giving the mods time to update, the mod for the LoreBooks was able to update. So now we have LoreBooks.
Oppressive aura, my tusk. We'll show her an oppressive aura.
What's the matter? Hi.
You're not from around here, are you? Not all hung up on local superstitions. Good. You looking for work? I could use someone to guard my back while I clear the ghosts out of that haunted mansion up on the hill.
Ooh, a haunted mansion.
The locals call it Corellania Manor. They say it's abandoned and free for salvage. There's rumors of treasure, too. But also that no one who goes after it ever comes out. I'm not so worried about that. There's one other catch, though.
Oh, you don't say. What's that?
We've got competition. Another so-called ghost hunter trying to beat me to the punch. So we've got to do it first. And look, if we do happen to find long-lost treasure while we're in there, I'll cut you in for a share. What do you say?
Sure, alright. I'll help you clear out this haunted manor.
Gaz is the name of my rival ghost hunter. Last I saw her, she was hanging around the front doors to the manor. Maybe you could talk to her and see what she's planning? Then we'll know how to keep ahead of her once we get inside.
Can you tell me more about Gaz?
She's a whimpering little know-it-all who isn't happy unless she's the center of attention. You seem like a quick study. We're about to go talk to her. You'll see exactly what I mean.
How long have you been hunting ghosts?
Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm a bit of an amateur ghost hunter. I cleared out one good haunting, but Gaz got all the credit for it. That's why this job is so important. It's how I'm finally gonna make a name for myself.
What was the other haunting you mentioned?
Glenumbra.
Oh no.
The haunting of Chill House. I did all the hard work, while Gauze was more concerned about all that unfinished business nonsense. She got the reward, and the notoriety. I didn't get so much as a thank you.
How did you end up here?
I booked passage on a ship going to the farthest place from where I was at the time. Found out too late that Gauze did too. Just to spite me. We shipwrecked here on Solstice a while back. With the reward money, I'll finally be able to leave.
What can you tell me about the manor?
Besides it once belonging to necromancers? Not much. These Corellanias really don't like talking about their ancestors. Oh, that's right. No Corellania that went inside ever made it out. Dead or alive. But we're not Corellanias. We'll be alright.
Okay. This sounds like fun. I think I'm gonna enjoy this. And I can't help but notice that my script is back.
Oh, you're back.
I knew you were too much of a lamb's liver to go inside on your own.
It's not like I was waiting for you. I was looking for traps. Who's this with you?
Another chance at perfection.
So, my sister had to hire help just to feel like she's above someone, huh? Typical.
Oh, she's your sister?
Oh, she didn't mention that? Interesting. I wonder what else she's not telling you. Did she say this manor is extremely haunted? And that no one who has ventured inside to find the treasure has ever come out?
She did mention that.
Well, I suppose she didn't mention that it belonged to the ancient necromancers of old Clan Corellania, so there's likely far more than just ghosts to deal with inside. Extra hazards should mean extra pay. What's she paying you anyway?
She promised me a cut of all the lost treasure if we happen to find it.
That's not fair! That's what I was going to offer! She's always copying me! It was my idea to clear this place out before Orbesh. If you get tired of her and help me instead, I'll pay you the same.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Nothing left to do but head inside the manor, I suppose. You must not be from Solstice. Locals won't even come near this mansion. Especially not if they have Corellania blood. I tried asking some of those Stark people, but they were too busy.
What do you know about the history of this manor?
As far as I could learn, it was the seat of power for Clan Corellania following their exile to Solstice. Generations of powerful necromancers made their home here. But after the revolution, it was abandoned.
Revolution?
Clan Corellania shifted away from necromancy sometime in the late First Era. That's why they worship the Three Queens now. It seems like there were some necromancy devotees who resisted the change. I think they met violent ends.
Why do you think the mansion was abandoned?
Anyone on this island will tell you it's because the place is haunted. But I can't imagine that's the whole story. Not unless these islanders are just unusually afraid of ghosts compared to the people of Tamriel.
You're not afraid of the ghosts?
Anyone with any sense is afraid of ghosts to some degree. But unlike my sister, I like to understand the plight of a displaced spirit. To try to solve problems without violence first. Maybe that's what this manor needs. A little understanding.
Okay. Gonna have some longfin pastries before we do this.
Let's search around the foyer. If there are any spirits in the room with us now,
Come out and fight me! Or my hired help and I are going to loot this place for all it's worth.
Thought-provoking.
sea glass. I wonder if it holds sentimental value to the spirits here.
What a crazy place. Before I click that, I want to make sure to click the bookshelves. Oh. They have kind of weird hitboxes, I just realized. A traditional high elf love song attributed to the high elves of Clan Corellania that dates to their time in Solstice, after the establishment of the faith of the Three Queens. Bards perform this haunting ballad to the current day. On our last night together, we met 'neath our thatch palm tree. 'Twas a night like any other. I watched you look out to the sea, and in those final violet moments, I wished you looked that way at me. Today I woke without you and promised you I wouldn't grieve. Today you were bound for the mainland, chasing wanderlust, seeking reprieve, and today you traded the agony of staying for the ache that comes when you leave. Someday I'll take it as a kindness to abandon a lifetime of guilt. Someday I'll know it was a mercy that you left before I watched you wilt. Till then I imagine you looked back and missed me, though I know that's now how you were built. Tomorrow I'll wake alone still. Perhaps I'll look out to the sea. I'll picture your sails just before the horizon. Imagine you looked back at me, but your heart is for the mainland and mine's bound to Solstice. I'm just glad we met at the turning point and shared this spot beneath the tree.
Candles? I definitely sense an unusual aura clinging to them.
All right, ladies.
Hey, wait! Come back and fight me!
A spirit? Did you see it? Where did it come from? What did you do? What did you find? What happened when you touched it? Was it a spirit that flew out, or some sort of spell-like orb? Did you feel any flashes of memory or strange emotions? Which way did it go?
You are asking me a lot of questions and not giving me a chance to answer any of them.
I just want to look at whatever it is you picked up. It's small, right? I doubt it'll be helpful in Orbesh's quest to punch every ghost in the face, or whatever it is she's planning to do.
All right, have a look.
I've read about things like this. Soul gems, sigil geodes. It holds a soul captive, like a cage. It's warm, isn't it? Whoever was in there must have been trapped for quite some time. We should follow that spirit and learn more.
We?
You and Orbesh can do what you want. I intend to follow that spirit. I'm just, seeing if I can sense its aura to guide me to it.
Have you read a lot about things like this, Soul Cage?
I've read a number of texts on the nature of necromancy that are perfectly relevant and appropriate for my area of study. Which, to be clear, is ghost hunting. My interest is in helping the dead, not controlling them.
Do you think you'll find more relevant reading material in this manner?
I hadn't thought much about it. I suppose we might. It once belonged to ancient necromancers, after all. A good scholar might take it upon herself to preserve what we find, for posterity and historical importance.
You mentioned auras before. Can you explain more about that?
I've always been sensitive to things the rest of my family couldn't perceive. Shifts in mood or motivation. Knowing someone's ill intentions before they're revealed to others. It's the same for ghosts, only much clearer.
You said study auras in this manner?
I had a grasp on the aura from that wisp for the briefest moment, then it was gone. The rest of this place is overwhelming. Hatred, sorrow, regret, endless suffering. Honestly, it's making me a little nauseous.
What about my aura? Can you sense that?
I can, but I think we'd both prefer it if I keep those perceptions to myself. And I just know if I keep talking to you too long, Orbesh might get punchy. We should find out where that spirit went.
I kind of want to...
Well, I can see where it went if I crouch down. But I don't have to tell you guys.
I didn't ask you to. I'm perfectly capable of finding where it went by following the emanations of its aura.
It went this way, guys.
was just about to search that. Nothing?
Hitbox is being kind of weird on the stuff here.
Help me search the kitchen. That was my guess, too.
Stay your hands, trespassers. Speak to me, and we may avoid conflict.
What? Are you scared, Orbesh?
I'm not! I just slipped on the wisp droppings.
Scavengers, trespassers. Had you not freed me from that soul cage, I would turn my full wrath upon you. And yet, also my rescuers. I owe you my begrudging thanks. I am Valendir, the High Necromancer of Clan Corallonia, and the master of this manor.
You look like a skeever to me.
A temporary form borrowed for this occasion. I will find something more dignified soon enough. You come seeking riches, do you not? This manor hosts a vault of Corallonia gold, untouched since our days of glory. It's yours if you agree to aid me.
How long were you trapped in that cage? And how do you know that there's still gold here?
No Corallonian that trespassed these halls after my death would ever be able to leave. No nosy outsiders could find the vault and survive, just as I planned. Gold means nothing to me. Exacting revenge on those who trapped me, that is what I desire.
And how are we supposed to help you do that?
By interrogating the spirits that wander these once honored halls. Start in either the Wailing Gardens or my reanimatorium, whichever you prefer. As a show of trust, and to conceal my presence, I will return to the Soul Cage. Do we have an accord?
All right, we'll help you discover who did this to you.
Take the trapdoor in the corner to enter the reanimatorium, or the south door to reach the gardens. Surely we'll find someone who can tell us how I was murdered. Collect me in the Soul Cage when you are ready to move on.
Can you tell me about what happened? How did you end up trapped in that soul cage?
My kin plotted to bury our family's legacy. They told me to forsake my necromancy and embrace their 3 queens. If I complied, they would let me and my siblings live. You'd think they'd know better than to threaten a necromancer.
What did you do?
I cursed these grounds and our bloodline in anticipation of treachery. My betrayers would be trapped, and no Corallonian that entered these halls would ever be able to leave. Had I more time, I'd have added more death traps as well.
How did you get trapped in a soul cage? How did getting trapped in a soul cage factor into this plan of yours?
It didn't, obviously. This soul cage is a tool I invented to circumvent the nastier side effects of lichdom. If I was going to rule this clan for an eternity, I would need to keep my psyche intact.
Oh no, are you a lich?
I put aside the aspirations of lichdom when my clan began speaking of the 3 queens in rebellion. Protecting my family and our legacy was more important at the time. But I won't allow myself to be blinded by hindsight. We move forward.
Did you mention something about death traps?
You'll see soon enough, trespasser. Do not fret. I am their architect, and I am helpless to accomplish anything here without your assistance. With my help, the traps will pose minor obstacles to you and your tasked friends.
So we have to work together if we want to get that treasure. Fine. Let's head down the trapdoor first.
What? Absolutely not. We should search the gardens first.
The History of Clan Corellania, Part 1. Who are we, and where do we come? Like many others, I have given much thought to these questions. For me, the answers begin in the ancient story of the clan Corellania, my people. This is our tale, as I understand it. Time is the destroyer of what went before. We inherit the conflicts and choices of our forebears. Yet, as the years go by, those people and their decisions are forgotten. Memories fade, makers and eyewitnesses of history pass away, and even the monuments on which their names were written eventually crumble into ruin. No historian can completely undo the losses of the century, yet with my quill perhaps I can answer a few of those questions that trouble us and stave off the inevitable forgetting for one more generation. Part 1, From Somerset to Hammerfell. I cannot say how our distant ancestors came to Somerset. All I know is that they first entered the annals of history when Saint Vilaf lived and taught in Somerset. My distant ancestor, an Aldmiri kin lady named Valamir Corella, fell in with the great prophet. She followed Vela throughout the troubled years when the sap arches and the High King sought to suppress his movement. In time, Saint Velaf decided to lead his followers to a place where they could be free to worship as they pleased. The tale of the Velothi pilgrimage to Morrowind is well chronicled elsewhere. What is less known is that not all of St. Vilas' followers in Somerset made the journey with their prophet. Some could not bring themselves to abandon the wealth and comfort of home for an arduous trek to an unknown end. Others could not bear to leave loved ones behind, and still others felt bound by duty to honor old oaths of fealty to the crown. Kin Lady Corella was one of those. She and her household remained in Somerset when the Velothi departed. In private, they continued to practice their faith as Saint Vilaf had taught them, even though the worship of Deja fell into disfavor after the Velothi exodus. Centuries passed, during which Kin Lady Corella's descendants prospered despite the suppression of their beliefs. The Corellanias grew into a noble house blessed with wealth, numbers, and skilled soldiers, yet their devotion to the Daedric powers remained a political liability. No High King trusted the Corellanias with the fief to govern. The situation in Somerset finally grew intolerable for the clan in the years following the Alessian Rebellion. Confronted with the rising power in Cyrodiil that distrusted elves and despised Daedric worship, High King Tenelarian enacted a harsh new ban on Velothi beliefs. Rather than submit to the confiscation of their properties and imprisonment of their leaders, the clan chose to leave Somerset. As a noble house with significant commercial interests, the Corellanias were well acquainted with the isles and coasts beyond Somerset. In the year 1E 522, Sundaver Corellana sailed to the shores of Hammerfell and founded a kingdom of his own. Taking the title of First Kinlord, he established a new capital in the former Iliad city of Salisen. At first, the Corellanias prospered in Hammerfell. Corellania merchant ships carried trade throughout the Abyssinian Sea. Careful to remain neutral with the high kings and queens of Somerset, the kin lords were friendly with the clan Darini to the north and profited from the trade with the wood elf kingdoms of Valen Wood. To the east, they eagerly explored the shores of Tamriel as far as Topo Bay and beyond. Biod. I feel like that's pronounced wrong. But anyway, by Daedric patronage and protection, the clan thrived in their new home. Yet the height of the clan's power, an impalpable new enemy appeared. The sails of the Yokuden Ra Gata on the horizon signaled the end of the Corellanian realm in the Hammerfell. And that is the tale for my next essay.
You agree with me, right? We should search the reanimatorium first, instead of the Wailing Gardens.
Why do you want to search the reanimatorium first?
Honestly, because I knew Gaz would pick the gardens. I want her whining about me copying her again. I don't really care what we do first. You found the wisp, so I say you should pick.
Let me talk to Gaz about this.
I'm thrilled to be helping you with Valentir's unfinished business so he can find closure and move on. Even if it means having to work with Orbesh. You agree with me, don't you? The gardens are the perfect place to start.
Why do you think we should do the gardens first?
I feel like there's something calling to me in the gardens. Some other forlorn spirit in need of guidance. You don't feel it? And I hate the sound of the reanimatorium. Only one guess as to what goes on there. It makes me shudder.
Well, I'll trust her since she's got the feeling.
And you thought the gardens were gonna be less creepy.
Shut up. Aren't you supposed to be punching things?
Come a little closer and maybe I will.
Or two orcs. You guys are doing very
The
few.
maze is overgrown. There's no way inside. Valentir, please help us so we can help you.
There, under the bickering. Do you hear it? That music? It's Lirianwe, my sister. She's here. Practicing in the hedge maze, just as she always did. Has she really been trapped here all this time?
Why would she be trapped here?
If she worked in sympathy with those that wish to forsake our family's legacy of necromancy, the curse I set upon this house would have trapped her here. No, it cannot be. Lirianwe would never do that to me. We need to reach her and learn more.
The maze is overgrown. How do you suggest we get through?
I suppose you might use the soul cage to transfer my essence to that statue. I am more accustomed to animating organic matter, so I will require your direction. Point me to a weak spot, and I will use the statue to break through the hedge.
Alright, back in the soul cage then.
You, I can depend on. Those other two seem preoccupied with their senseless bickering. Are they always like this?
I don't know. I only just met them, but impression
I
is
shouldn't be
yes.
surprised. This is the inherent nature of siblings from my experience. Oh, the quarrels Siluran and I used to get into. The way we used to tease our younger sister, Lirianwe. Yeah, it must be the same for you and your siblings.
Do I answer like real life or do I've never established a backstory. Nearly 300 hours and I don't have a backstory for this girl. I guess I've had my fair share of fights with my siblings.
Yes. Perhaps I sound like Gars by saying so, but I can sense as much in your temperament. It is a blessing to have those who have seen your worst side, know your truest self, and still stand by you anyway. Ready. Mark the way for me then.
He's going to smash the overgrown hedges? Come on. I could do that.
I think we'd still be waiting on you, Orbesh. Come on. I sense the auras of other spirits further in.
Visually, this is a super interesting place, though.
I am situated. I defer to your guidance, trespasser.
Why did I? Put the skull on the ground.
Another step closer. Keep up, trespassers.
Is this what it's like to be you guys? Letting someone else do all the hard work while you just tag along?
An original thought? Strung together all on your own? Orvesh, our parents will be so proud.
Found it!
One thing I've noticed since the game update, the big game update, going through mana was so quick. I've never had that problem before in any of my characters.
Very well. Guide me, and let us end this indignity quickly. Cease the bickering, trespassers. We're close now. Miriam way is near.
Mora's twitching tentacles. I'm glad that's done.
A party? Full of faces, familiar and new.
I still don't see this singing sister. Should we speak to the guests? Mingle a bit?
An outsider? How novel. Would you care for a dance? I've only had other spirits of Clan Coralania here, and it's no fun dancing with family. Oh, let me guess. You're here for the treasure, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Do you know where it is?
Would that I could tell you, newcomer. I died before I made it that far. Now I'm spending eternity with all my family, who thought they could circumvent the curse on this manor too. Ah well, at least there's music and dancing.
Outsiders. It feels like an eternity since I've seen anyone who wasn't a Coralania. How long has it been? Tell me, does our clan still survive? Did the three queens guide us to a new age free from the shackles of necromancy?
The clan still exists, and as far as I know, they aren't necromancers.
Then our revolution was not for nothing. That fickle Valandir. We gave him every chance to adapt and change his ways. Instead, he cursed these crowds. A trap for all that carry Coralania blood. doomed to dance, never to leave.
You were forced to dance to this music?
The dancing wasn't Valendir. I don't know who it might be. My cousin Lirianwe doesn't seem all the way here. We're subject to some whim of hers or some other master I don't know. Speak to her. She looks different from the rest of us.
All right, I'll try and find her.
Oh, new faces? How exciting. Are you one of the servants that Sylluran hired from the mainland? I didn't think he'd ever win that argument against Valendir. Whatever your opinions on necromancy, there's no denying that skeletal servants are simply more practical.
I'm not a servant. Valendir brought me here. We followed the sound of your singing.
Followed it through the Wailing Gardens, did you? I see. My brothers must have sent you to tease me. Twins are so fickle. But I won't let you ruin my night, whoever you are. Look at my audience. See how they dance. And soon, you'll dance for me too.
No, is that a threat?
A threat to get you to dance with Valendir. Didn't you say you were his guest? I was hoping to see him and Sylluran. My dear brothers always encouraged me to be less shy with my singing. Will Valendir be here soon?
I'm not sure. Let me speak to him and see.
Ah! More sisters?
Come, trespasser. I won't have Leary see me like this. That thing isn't my sister. It's some artless fabrication containing a fragment of her at best. She seems to think this is some sort of party where she's been asked to sing, like she always wished for, like we always encouraged her to do.
Did we learn anything from talking to her? Do you think she's the one who betrayed you?
I stand by my initial assessment. Leary never would have conspired with those who opposed me. She was a practicing necromancer herself. Her skill might have matched mine given time. But what I've seen here could only have been done by a necromancer.
What do you mean?
These fragments of my sister's body and spirit are the byproduct of a necromantic procedure of my own invention. I never got it quite right. Hard enough to believe that she might have betrayed me. But then to do this to herself? It's unthinkable.
Is there more information on this procedure in the animatorium?
Very astute. That is where I left my notes, and several hindrances to those who would go seeking my work. Fret not. I will guide you safely through them. But do tell Gaz to brace herself. It's as bad down there as she fears.
I don't think he's a bad guy. Necromancy is, is not a bad thing. I said it before, if I hadn't done an Arcanist, I was going to do a Necromancer. It just happened to be the same time, roughly, that I came back, was the time that they released the Arcanist. Oh, this looks like fun.
What's that fog up ahead? Valendir? A little help?
Ha! So the miasma trap performed perfectly. In the event of my death, portions of these chambers would fill with a deadly toxin to zombify any that wandered into its mire. Another layer of defense against those who would steal or destroy my work.
How are we supposed to get through it?
At full power, I might command those zombies to do my bidding. I would have no need for the aid of some ragtag band of trespassers. It would be done in an instant. In this diminished form. I will need your assistance and guidance.
So do we need the use of statues again?
You're clever, trespasser. Well worth the gold I've promised you. If only you'd been at my side during the time of our clan's revolution, this manor would still be mine. As before, I will act as the blunt instrument to clear my path to revenge.
The smell down here. It's...
Ready. Mark the way for me then.
Doesn't smell any worse than the awful pits back home. Got the stomach of a puny elf.
If I didn't know better, I'd assume you guided me into danger on purpose. Come, let us try again.
Not sure how. What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I see. He's gonna die. Or not.
It's clearing! Oh! You know what? I'll let you go ahead.
Slightly confused. I thought I understood.
My flesh crafting tools. Blunted from recent use. How is that possible? Let us keep searching.
These traps look more complicated. You might need to send Valendir to... I can't hold it.
Might have to send Valendir on a path around the traps. I think she was gonna say. Go on. Make sure she doesn't have to clean her lunch off her robes.
Okay, is it the blue ones that he goes through, or do I have him avoid the blue ones? I think I have him avoid the blue ones.
I am situated. I defer to your guidance, trespasser.
He's gonna die. Oh, nope, I'm alright.
The miasma clears. There's something here. A letter, I think.
Nearlad, it's been a month. I've not heard word from our conspiring cousins in the manor. My scouts report no movement from the outside, no couriers or nothing. I believe that our cousin's attempt to kill Valendir may have ended in a stalemate. We both know how dangerous he is, or hopefully was. It'd be an unfortunate fate for those involved, but really could be the most bloodless and beneficial outcome for the rest of our clan. Our next order of business is to enter the manor and scourge it of Valandir's work and research. Then we can secure the family's fortune and disperse it among our clanmates. We all have our gifts, and I grant that yours lies in combat. I defer right of the first entry to you and the kin of your choosing. Dispel any traps that you may find, and eliminate any undead that wander there still. Yes, even the skeletal servants. They are more practical in every way, but we must remember that we have chosen to forsake necromancy in every form. We must act quickly in case the lizard folk discern that the manor is abandoned and try to take what is rightfully ours. I will follow shortly with the company of laborers and priests. Together we will ensure that Meridia's cleansing light burns our cousin's necromantic devotion from the darkest corners of the Corellana Manor. May your 3 queens watch over you, your cousin.
I thought these shambling wretches looked familiar. My traitorous kin fell right into my trap. Very well. Guide me, and let us end this indignity quickly. Try again, trespasser, and be more mindful of the traps, will you?
You're gonna walk right into that blue one, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. I think I know what to do. I didn't see the bone pile at first, but now that makes sense.
The room is clear. There. Is that the spirit of my cousin Glendoval? Speak with him.
Perhaps a tactical approach.
Who are you? Who are you? Clearing the miasma like that. All these years I spent wandering after my shambling body, trying to guide it to one of those valves, so my cousin might collect it and restore me as promised. Was it all a lie to keep me out of the way?
Your cousin, you mean Valendir?
Valendir? No. Valendir is dead. Contained. This is all he's doing. For all our conspiring, we never knew the measures he planned in the event of his death. A curse trapping the souls of all who betrayed him. Damn him!
So you were the one that killed him?
I made the poison. But we needed another to pass it to his hand. Someone he trusted during the time of revolution. His sister, Mirianwe. Sometimes I hear her singing. She is still here. We traitors will always be here.
Was she the one who trapped him in the soul cage?
Everything went wrong. I can't be sure. Wait. You know about the soul cage? You speak with Valendir. Please, if he is not your enemy, perhaps you can persuade him to release the souls trapped here. Haven't we suffered enough? Hasn't he?
I'll see what he thinks.
Suffer in pieces, cousin.
No! Mercy!
I swore to protect this family, and this is the thanks I get? Traitorous scum.
Time for tea then.
Am I gonna be able to read this? Nope.
Come, my most resourceful guests. Let us speak. I expected treachery. I knew our extended family planned to forsake our necromantic legacy and bid the three queens for power. But they were no match for my mastery of death. So, they conspired my disposal by way of those closest to me.
Why would someone trap you in a soul cage if they wanted to get rid of you?
I've wondered the same thing. Whoever had the foresight for such an implement would need to understand a great deal of necromantic theory, a practice that much of the rest of my family was eager to distance themselves from at that point in time.
Except for Except for your sister. Didn't you say you were teaching her necromancy?
I was, and she had such a gift for it. But her heart was always with her music, and I never stood in the way of that, or tried to persuade her to give up that passion. Why then? Why would she conspire against me? Why pass me that poisoned cup?
Well, we've searched the Anatorium and the Wailing Gardens. Where else can we find answers?
Is that an impatience for treasure, I hear? Fear not, my obedient friend. The wealth that drew my clan's treacherous descendants for decades will be yours soon enough. Let us go to my chambers, where I met my end. There is something I must see.
All right, where are your chambers?
Return to the manor foyer and head up the stairs. Turn right at the top, and you will find the door to my room. Make haste. I will explain more when we get there.
You really don't think your sister was the one who killed you?
I will not entertain this line of questioning for another instant, trespasser. Not until we find proof of my sister's guilt. She was the only one I trusted completely. Of course, that would mean she was perfectly poised to murder me.
What about your brother? Do you think he had anything to do with this?
Sylveron? Kill me? To what? Take my place? He wasn't a necromancer. And he never had the gall to kill a skeever, let alone his twin brother. Besides, we'd have seen his soul shambling around like the others. Sylveron, don't make me laugh.
It's totally his brother. We've played enough Elder Scrolls to know it was his brother. That's why everything's a mess. Oh.
Leave the books, you little know-it-all. They're not going anywhere.
You're just trying to ruin my fun because you haven't punched any ghosts yet.
That's fun. Who's that? You said turn right, but I'm here.
Tantalizing. Marvelous. Truly glorious.
My quarters, where I died. Be my hands and eyes, will you? Search the room.
If it gets us one step closer to treasure, fine.
The tale forever told. The Sylvanar walked with eyes wide open across Valen Wood. The Sylvanar walked with eyes wide open across Valen Wood. His heart, torn from its primal aspects, was an empty pit. From the wild came a Bosmer unlike any other. Her eyes were of fire, hair of wind and rain, and all who gazed upon her quaked in fear. All except Sylvanar. Though she bared her fangs, he did not shy away. Though she sought to lose him in the underbrush and the vines parted for him to follow, she growled, filled with confused desires, wishing both to stay and to leave. In the bright clearing she faced the Sylvanar, and ripped at him with claws and teeth. And though he fended off her blows, still his blood soaked into the grass, and the flowers wept. Her rage spent, the Green Lady faintly stepped back and addressed the Sylvanar. "Why do you follow me? You are not one of us." She spat upon the ground, her fists still clenched and stained with his blood. "But I am of you," the Sylvanar said quietly. "Come, let me open your eyes to the green singing." Curious, the Green Lady came to the Sylvanar. Long did they stare, unspeaking, until they warmed to union. The four shuddered as the spirit and body became one, and with his touch she saw the dance of frond and leaf, and learned the ways and wiles of Valen Wood. His emptiness filled her with passion, his namelessness longing waned. Their union both tamed the wild and invigorated the greenery. The orc song. We hate orcs, they smell, they stink, they really reek. They wouldn't find their arses in the snow. We hate orcs, we really, really do. They have no beards, they have no brains. They couldn't kill a horker with a sword. And drink more mead, and then repeat the song.
That cup. Leary handed it to me, and I took it without thinking. It's the last thing I remember.
Right. The Greater Clan, this was his twin brother's journal. The greater clan had plans to storm the manor and kill all who stand with Valandir. He knows this, and he swore he would let no harm come to us. My brother is undoubtedly the greatest necromancer of his generation, but we are outnumbered. They will come with favors from their 3 queens to burn our family's legacy of necromancy from this manor. I know my brother better than anyone. We shared a womb. He will never stand down. He is blinded by ego, by his love for necromancy. It's true that I never had a gift for this dark art, but surely family is more important. It is my turn to protect us. I have conspired with Glendovel to save us all. With my cousin's alchemy prowess, and with the soul cage of Valandir's own invention, I will see to my brother's end and safely, humanely trap his soul. We will submit to the demands of our greater clan and go along with forsaking necromancy and worshipping their 3 queens. Then, in secret, after time and suspicion has passed, I will turn the soul cage over to Lyri. She has learned enough necromancy from Valandir that, when I surrender our brother's exhaustive notes, she'll be able to restore his physical form. Given time and having him at our mercy, we can persuade him to turn his back on necromancy. He will agree. Family is, and always has been, the most important thing in our lives. I know just how I'll get him the poison, too. I'll start a quarrel with him. Some trifle about servants that we long disagreed on. I'll make a show of sulking away and then order our skeletal servants to brew his favorite blend of tea from the gardens. Glendovel will add his poison, and I will ask Lyri to bring the cup to him as an apology for my quarreling. She will, of course, agree. All her pure heart has ever wanted was to see peace between her 2 dear brothers. Sorrow. Moments after I sent Lyri away with the cup for Valandir, I heard a scream. When I rushed to his chambers, my brother was dead on the floor, and Lyri had dropped to her knees, clutching at her throat. The soul cage fell from my hands and responded at once, trapping his soul. I screamed to myself then, for although the geode was intended for use on him, I would have used it to save Lyri if I hadn't accidentally activated it. When Valandir would have understood that impulse. Even Valandir would have understood that impulse. But her soul did not depart. When at last her body went still, her spirit rose from her form and looked from me to Valandir. "Oh, Sharlikran," she wept, "what have you done?" "Why?" I asked her. Had she drank from his cup? Valandir had said it tasted strange, she told me. She tried it for herself without thinking, and then it was my turn to weep. I went to my brother's reanitorium to find Glendovel, who I had sent to collect his notes on necromancy. The place had filled with some foul miasma. Glendovel had nearly made it to the door before it killed him. His spirit, like Lyri's, lingered and wept. I gathered what notes had spilled from his arms and vowed I would return to restore his body, just as I would for Lyri. I was still formulating a plan as I departed, determined to set things right. That is when I discovered my brother's final paranoid trap upon this place. I cannot leave. I open a door and take a step, and I am returned to the foyer. I jump from a window, and I find myself in the reanitorium, perilously close to the wall of deadly miasma. I leap from the walls, and I land in my bed. I am trapped here. Divines, what have I done? Entry 3. Damn you, Valandir. Curse you to your very marrow. To escape his trap, I must learn his methods myself. I have his notes. At least the pages I was able to salvage, and by the only good fortune I have had in as long as I can remember, they instruct in how to siphon souls to prolong life. His soul will sustain me. This effort to learn the art I've never had a natural gift for will cost me nothing but time and Valandir's vitality. I will learn his ways and use his power to bring back our sister. She is innocent in this. I am not certain I can restore her form as I know Valandir could, but I think I can transfer her spirit to a new body. And we are in no shortage of those, thanks to the sentries of the greater clan that came scouting the manor ahead of the planned raid to dispose of Valandir. So I have plenty to practice upon. Once I bring back our sister, we will secure a means of escape from this wretched mansion. Whatever fate awaits us beyond these walls, it will be better than being trapped here for eternity, casualties of my brother's cruel and pernicious whims. All I wanted was to save our family. But I'll save Lyri, no matter how long it takes, and when she asks, I'll tell her this was all Glendovel's doing. I've lost her this once. I won't lose her again.
What? Sharlikran? was the mastermind behind this treachery?
Told you. I told you.
That was Lyri's. She had the cup in one hand, and that in the other.
What's she doing here? I knew we weren't alone.
Siliron! Oh, Siliron, what have you done? Valendir swore to protect us. How could you do this to your own flesh and blood?
I'm not Siliron. What did he do to Valendir?
He passed me the cup to give to Valendir. It was something he always did to resolve their quarrels. I didn't know it was poisoned. When Valendir said it tasted strange, I tried it for myself. Now I'm here, trapped.
Then what happened to Siliron?
He's here. He's always been here, trying to restore a mortal form for me. Each time his failure fractures me. There is so little left of me. I don't want to live again without my brothers. I just want peace. Please, stop, Siliron.
Let me see what we can do.
Her aura radiates suffering. Valendir, what can we do to help her? To help you?
To think that I labored under the delusion that a necromancer of skill was behind this treachery. Instead, it was my talentless parasite of a brother, Siliron, harming Lyri, leeching off my soul. Help me stop him, and my treasure is yours.
All right, where can we find him?
He wasn't in the gardens. It seems he sends the fragments of Lyri there to keep them out of his way. Placated. But we know he makes occasional visits to the reanimatorium. That much was clear from the state of my old flesh crafting tools.
But how could he survive the miasma?
I'm not certain. If he were practiced in necromancy enough to use thralls, why not command them to dispel the miasma? He must have been using it to his advantage. His journal said something about having no shortage of subjects to practice on, yes?
What does that mean?
He practiced necromancy on the bodies of those who became trapped here, preying on kin and treasure hunters alike. But none have come for some time, have they? Until you and your... Wait, where's Orbesh? She didn't touch the bookshelf, did she?
She totally did. What?
Orbesh was just here, wasn't she? By the bookshelf? I wasn't watching. Where did she go? When I left our stronghold, Orbesh decided she wanted to leave too. And she's been following me ever since. I don't think she'd sneak off on her own now. And if she did, she'd take you with her since she hired you. Something's happened to her.
Okay, there we go.
Is it a secret door? Orbesh! Orbesh! Where could she have gone?
Oh, sorry, little rat.
Orbesh! I can't sense her aura anywhere nearby. Where is she? If Orbesh went through that miasma, she'd be dead. She can't be dead. Let's look around. Valendir, start talking or I'm going to take a lesson from my sister and start throwing fists. Where is she?
My brother needs your sister alive, Trespasser. We can save her, but we must act quickly. Your tusked friend there looks ready to snuff me out like a candle. In this diminished state, I fear she could do so easily. That would not be ideal. Quickly, tell me, what did you find?
I found a torn cloth and this strange lantern.
The cloth matches the garb of your belligerent companion? She must have been taken this way. That lantern. I've seen one of its make before. My cousin, Ilhidel, carried one when she came to try to persuade me to give up my necromantic ways.
What's it doing here?
It's a relic used by Meridian cultists to ward against necromantic effects. Brought here by our dead cousins. It must be how Siluron survived the miasma. Affix it to that armor. Once I move, stay inside the aura of the lantern. Understood?
Affix the light to the armor and stay close once you start moving. Got it.
I won't be any help in a fight, but if you clear the path for me, I'll be right behind you.
I know the path well. So long as you keep the undead at bay, we should emerge unscathed. Stay close, trespasser. I endeavor to keep you safe. Now, by my estimation. Keep going. Nearly there. Then we'll clear the way for Gauze. Her dedication to her sister is quite touching. We're lucky that valve is still intact.
I'm here. Let's keep going. Orbesh can't be far.
You're in my way, girlfriend.
There she is! Orbesh!
Let us dispose of these trespassers, and we can use their vitality to restore you and Lyri. Nice try, Siluron. We found your journals. You've mistreated my guests and outstayed your welcome. As if I wouldn't welcome the chance to leave. You there! Why are you helping Valandir? I have no quarrel with you, stranger. Someone who has survived the Manor's traps this long must know better than to ally with Valandir. This curse, this whole manor was his doing. What sways you to the side of this treacherous snake?
Oh, well, he just promised us treasure if we help discover who murdered him.
That treasure is not his to give. Valandir had his time at the head of the table, keeping our legacy shackled to his putrescent art of necromancy. But I am the eldest twin. It should be mine. All of this should be mine.
Is that why you killed him? For the gold?
I don't give a right fig about the gold. I cared about family, the revolution. The followers of the Three Queens would not abide necromancers. Not Valandir, not Lyri. I killed Valandir so Lyri could bring him back. It was the only path to compromise.
Any chance you'd be willing to compromise now?
No, trespasser. I buried compromise and forgiveness around the turn of the era. I have learned and lost too much to make amends now. I just need a body for Lirianwe. Yours, or those of your companions, Anyone's will do! Come then! See what I've learned whilst... There you go again! Blaming me for your own shortcomings. You haven't changed a bit!
They sound like me and Orbesh. Let's get over there. We have to save her.
Boss fight! Boss fight!
No! I've been trapped here too long to be stopped now! I'll take that soul cage now, if you please. I told you I would find a more dignified form soon enough. It seems only fitting. Especially since Siluran was using my vitality to keep himself alive all these years. Taking his body is not suitable recompense for all he's done. But it's a start.
Was taking over his body your plan all along?
Trespasser, I didn't even know he was alive until you discovered as much. I assumed my murderer came from the ranks of those following the Three Queens. That they'd have killed him for his association with me. I was wrong to underestimate him.
You have his soul in a cage now. What are you going to do with him?
I've got half a mind to siphon his soul and prolong my years. To use him as he used me. And yet, some part of me pities him. I'd hate to copy his ill-laid plans. And I know Lyri wouldn't approve. She's been through enough, I think.
What is going to happen to her? Are you going to resurrect her?
I'm not sure. If I can undo Siluran's damage from his unskilled attempts to restore her, and if it's what Lyri herself wants. Let us tend to them, Trespasser. Lyrionwe and Orbesh. And then, Treasure. You have my word.
Alright, I'll check on Orbesh.
Orbesh! Wake up! Damn you, wake up!
What's going on? The brother! Siluran! He grabbed me! But I got some good punches in before everything went dark, I swear. Where are we?
You were
What
kidnapped.
happened?
You were kidnapped and your body was going to be used to resurrect his sister.
Huh. That's not ideal. Well, thanks for not letting that happen. Gaz is here too? Figured she'd be glad to finally be rid of me.
No, actually she was in a panic to save you.
Panic, I can believe. That sounds like Gaz. But saving me? You know, just before I blacked out, it struck me how much Gaz and I sounded like Valandir and Siluran.
She said something similar, actually.
Of course she did. Because she's always copying my ideas. I mean, she may chip my tusks sometimes. But I guess her coming to save me means we don't hate each other as much as those two elves did. That's gotta count for something, I guess.
They didn't hate each other, though. I mean, his plan wasn't a bad plan. Trap his brother's soul in a crystal, and then his sister to resurrect him, but not knowing that his sister was going to drink from the cup, too. It was a gamble, and he lost. And then probably went mad in the years preceding. I don't know.
The treasure is through that door, trespassers. Go. I will follow shortly.
I want to know what he's going to do, though.
Lyri, forgive me. I never suspected Siluran would do what he did. I'll make sure he pays for it.
He deceived us both. I gave you that cup without thinking. I'm so sorry, Valandir.
Stay with me, Lyri. I'll succeed where Siluron failed. I'll bring you back, and we can reclaim our family's name together.
I'm whole again, dearie. All I want is rest. Someday you will too. And then we will see each other again.
Just taking a look around to make sure there's nothing, no other secrets or anything that I'm walking away from. Alright, well, since the brother left us, I guess. Oh.
Treasure! I can't believe it! I'm rich!
We're rich, Orbesh. You remember how to share, right?
You
I
see him.
told you the gold was still here.
I'm glad we saved Orbesh. And we found the treasure, just like she wanted. I really didn't anticipate this haunting going this way. And I'm sure Orbesh didn't either.
Didn't you both get what you wanted?
I suppose we did help Valandir resolve the unfinished business of his murder. But having him come back to life and take over his twin brother's body? That's gotta be a new one, even among seasoned ghost hunters.
Are you still planning on parting ways with Orbish?
Seeing what transpired between Valandir and Siluron changed my perspective. They both wanted the same thing, just like me and Orbesh. In the end, their differences and stubbornness tore them apart. I don't want that for us.
Do you think Orbish feels the same way?
If she doesn't, she will soon. And then she'll claim she was the first one to think of it. I'm kidding. Mostly. I don't know how she feels. I guess there's only one way to find out.
What's next for you, Gaz?
I hope the next haunting I handle isn't quite so intense. And if Orbesh decides to follow me, I can put up with her punching ghosts if the need arises. It's much easier to share credit and gold if we're not rivals. Thanks for teaching us that. I suppose now I have to do the right thing and talk to Orbesh. And apologize. It goes against how we were raised, but maybe that's for the best. I've just gotta wait until her aura indicates that she'll be receptive to that sort of discussion.
What are you going to apologize to Orbish for?
I got all the credit for our first haunting. I should have shared it. But people made their assumptions because Orbesh is the way she is. I didn't stop them. I thought it might finally get her to stop following me and just go home.
Why are you so against her following you?
Orbesh is everything the Stronghold wanted her to be. I was never good enough for them. Leaving home felt like I'd finally get the chance to be my own person. Her following felt like she was trying to take that from me too.
Do you think you're going to leave Solstice after this?
I'm not sure. Where better to practice ghost hunting than a cursed island? But I'm not keen on staying anywhere frequented by the worm cult. I'll figure it out in time. But this wasn't a typical haunting. There's still so much to follow up on.
Like what?
Valandir promised away his fortune without really thinking about it. He seems happy that Lyri passed on, but what are his plans for Siluron? Maybe Orbesh and I could keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't get into any trouble.
You think you can handle keeping Valandir in check?
I can read auras, remember? If he gets up to no good, I'll be able to sense it. Right now, his aura is radiating pain and uncertainty. After almost losing Orbesh, I can see why. Losing family, even those you had a falling out with, can't be easy.
Oz really came after me, huh? Color me surprised. I didn't think she'd care if I got run over by an Achater. Guess I'm not always the one doing the following. I didn't get to punch any ghosts, but maybe I'll get lucky on my next adventure.
Are you going to thank Gaz for wanting to save you?
I guess so. Should probably do it before she can accuse me of copying her or something. between us, she's not wrong about all that. Never thought about leaving home until she decided to. I didn't think about how our family would react.
How did they react?
Everyone suspected Gaz was going to leave. I was a surprise. I got a lot more attention. Marriage proposals, bribes to get me to stay, that sort of thing. You know, saying it out loud to you makes me wonder if that's why she hates me.
You think she was jealous of the attention you got for stealing her idea?
Funny, right? That she'd be jealous of me. My whole life, I've been jealous of her. How she always knew her path. How she's never been afraid to be herself. Even if that self drives me up the wall most of the time.
What happened when you went inside the bookshelf?
Siliron, right? He was waiting on the other side. I started throwing punches, thinking he was a ghost. He cast some sort of spell and everything went hazy. I think he summoned skeletons to carry me. But Leary, the sister, I remember her being there.
Her body, you mean?
No, her spirit, I guess. Or what was left of it. I don't know. Gaz could probably explain it better than me. She helped me resist Siliron's magic. I guess she's resisted every time he tried to bring her back using someone else's body.
Is that what made all those fractions of her?
Like we saw in the garden? I think so. Again, Gaz would know better. I thought Gaz and I were bad. We're really nothing compared to these Corellanians, huh? Guess that's some comfort. We can still come back from it.
Again, I don't think he was a terribly bad guy. I just think he was trying to save his family and made a gamble and lost.
I'm glad we could all benefit from this arrangement. We all learn from our mistakes, I suspect. Siliron was always dim, but I think even he learned something. I learned to trust again, thanks to you and these siblings. Be well, trespasser.
Are you going to remove your curse from the manor?
Don't be absurd. Besides you and those sisters, the only one free to leave is Lirianwe. May her soul be at peace. Oh, and Siliron. But I suppose we can't say he's free to go when he'll be trapped in my soul cage.
What are you going to do with him?
I don't know. Never finding forgiveness is so very Siliron. I ought to set an example for him. Perhaps I'll let him out someday. Perhaps even give him a body. But for now, he deserves a taste of what he put me through.
And what's next for you?
First, I want to see what's become of my beloved clan Corellania. Don't worry, I'll behave myself. I've sated my desire for revenge thanks to you. But I am curious to see what became of those who turned to the three queens.
If you're all set on revenge, why not release this house from your curse?
What? Remove the deterrence? So it can be picked over by treasure hunters or razed to the ground? No, trespasser. If all that remains of my legacy is this manor, then so it will be. May it serve as a mausoleum to the clan Corellania I knew.
Be careful. Openly practicing necromancy can get you into trouble.
I appreciate the warning. It was only different in my time by virtue of seclusion on Solstice. Even you might have appreciated what we accomplished. But there's no point fixating on the past. Perhaps such practices will live again someday.
Do you think you'll stay on Solstice?
Wouldn't you know it? Being imprisoned for uncountable years has given me a wanderlust I've not felt before. I suspect Gaz and Orbesh know something of what that's like. Perhaps I could follow them. Or do they mean to part ways?
I think they're still figuring that out.
I'll help them find reconciliation. It can't be any worse than reasoning with Siliron. And perhaps I'll aid them in these ghost-hunting endeavors. Those of us with interest and experience in communing with the dead ought to stick together.
I have to say I really liked this quest. It was really different from the other quests that we've done. I really enjoyed it. I don't want the drink. This was a lot of gold, though. Wait, I want to see that statue. I didn't notice there was a statue there. It's like the loading screen. Alright, alright. I think I'm done here. And done. I wonder if we'll meet them again in future adventures. But I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for keeping me company, and I will be back soon with more. Oh, actually, before I leave you, hold on. I want to see, there's a book over yonder this way, and I want to see what that's about.
Good find, cohort.
If it's related to our story here, I'll read it to you. If not, we'll save it for another time.